Hello everyone! So this is an instructional video on how to create a memory game on Google Slides. So the first thing you want to do is figure out what picture or images you want, and you're going to want to save them either on your desktop or somewhere that you can easily access them. So I'm going to be using these pictures right here, which I have already on my desktop. So the first thing you want to do is create a table. So you're going to go insert, table, and then the number of squares that you want. So I'm going to go with 4 by 4 and I'm going to insert it in here. And then I'll just adjust the size so that it takes up the entire slide. And I'm going to drag and drop my images. And I think you can only do this with a MacBook. I've tried it on my Surface before and you weren't able to do it. So if you have a MacBook, you would just drag and drop and then resize it to fit into your squares. If you do not have a MacBook, you can also go into the insert image and then upload from computer. So I'm going to do this for all the images that I want for my background. So just drag and drop and resize. And of course I'm doing a combination of words and pictures, so I'm first going to do my pictures, and then I'll type in my words. Oops. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have one more, and oh, it's this one. So the way I got my photos or these images is that I searched online for whatever I wanted to look for, and then on the MacBook, if you don't already know, you can do a screenshot where it's like specific. So if you do Command Shift 4, you get this little like target looking thing as an arrow, and to select something that you want to copy and screenshot, you just hold the click button on your trackpad and drag to whatever you want to copy, and then you let go, and that's a screenshot that is created and saved onto your desktop. So if you're curious as to how I got these screenshots, that's how I did it. And I think that's the easiest way, especially if there's a lot of other things that you don't want to capture and you want to be specific, you can use that screenshot. Alright, so now I have all of my pictures on here. Now I'm going to put my words. And again, these are pronouns that I'm using. And so I would just put I, you, they, he, she, it, and then I have 2 extra squares. So I'm just going to insert my sorry, try again square. I'm just going to copy it and paste it because I have 2 of them. And then for these, I'm going to make the words bigger so that it'll be easier to see. So I'm going to change it to, see, 36. Yeah. And then I'm going to center the words, and it's all preference, but I want it to be evenly in the middle. So I'm going to go here and center it. All right. So this is not the final thing that you're doing. Oh, I'm missing one over here. I, you, he, she, it, they. Oh, we. I forgot we. Okay, so this is not it. So when you create this, you're able to move and change the text. But when you want your students to use it, it is best that you screenshot the table that you want. So again, how you do that is you go to Command-Shift-4 and you select what you want to copy. So I'm going to here, hold my mouse button, go all the way down, and let go. And now it's saved on my desktop. So I'm going to create a new slide. So you can have like an original one where you can move and change it, and then you can create another Google presentation, which I'm not going to do for this purpose. So let's pretend I created a new one, a new blank one. And what I'm going to do with my new Google slide is I'm going to drag and drop my image that I want for my memory game. And the reason why we do this again is because when you have a photo as a background, you don't have to worry about students accidentally like retyping them or moving the individual pictures. So now that you have this as your background, you're going to want to go and use something to cover up the images and words. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Insert, Shape, and then choose the shape that you want. I'm just going to go with a rectangle. And I'm going to draw the shape that I want. Alright, and then I'm going to fill it with color. And it can be any color that you want. So I'm going to make it, let's go with green. Green. And so the easiest way is, instead of creating individual rectangles individually for all of these, I'm just going to copy. So I'm going Command C and then Command V, and I need 16. So I'll Command V 16 times or 15 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then once you have all of those, you can just drag and place it over your words or images that you want covered. And if you don't know what these red lines are that you're seeing on the screen, those lines are just telling you that they are evenly matched with other squares or other rectangles. And so if you are really, particular that they all match, you can use these to help you figure out if they're straight or even. All right, so now you have created your memory game. And so the way students are going to play this is you can share this Google presentation or Google slide with your students. Make sure you give them access to edit. So you're going to go to share, make sure that they can edit, and then you can add whoever you want. So I'm going to share this with Renee, and whoever else you want to share it with. and you're going to send it. And then when you want them to play this game together, you can have them access this Google Slide. But you also have to give them instructions on how to play. So, when you're giving them instructions, what you want to tell them is that they can select a rectangle and they have to delete it. So ask them to press delete on their keyboard and the image will show up. And then they go pick another rectangle, delete, and show up. So this actually ended up being a match. So then, great, yay. But let's do it when there isn't a match. So I'm another student. I'm going to pick this rectangle, delete, and this one. Oh no, it's not a match. So when it is not a match, you want to let your students know that they have to go and undo what they did. So there's a button right here. What you would do is ask them to click it twice so that the rectangles come back to cover up the picture in the words. So you go undo, undo. Another thing you can show them is that if you want to do a shortcut on your keyboard, it is Command Z if they have a MacBook. Otherwise, you can just ask them to use this undo button, which I think is easier. So basically, this is it for the memory game. It's quite easy, as long as you tell your students that they have to undo if they don't have a match. It's pretty simple. I hope that this helps. I'm sorry if there's a lot of background sound in my house. I apologize for that. But if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask me. You can email me my Achieve email, which is gyang@achievemn.org. Thanks.